On this episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast, we talk about Wallflowers by Jinjer. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal and we like to talk about it. And today we're going further into Female February with a look at the newest Jinjer album from last year. Jinjer's a Ukrainian metal band, and
from Donetsk.
Yeah, they've kind of, you know, there's stuff going on in the world right now.
Right.
War maybe about to break out.
Sure.
But it's Female February. They had a new album. So it was time to give it a listen.
Give them the props anyway. I mean,
yeah. And I hope they are doing okay. But,
I hope they're healthy.
We'll talk more about Jinjer in a bit. First, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I realize, okay, I don't think we've talked about this before, but I'm living alone now. You and I, two swinging single fellas. That's
Yes.
right. Always out at the
Don't
club.
say swinging.
Always out at the
There's
club.
a weird context to swinging.
I suppose it was different back in the 70s.
Does being single actually, can you technically be a swinger if you're single?
Well, yeah, okay.
Isn't that usually a thing for married and or together couples?
I think really the broader definition of as you're hopping from bed to bed.
Okay, but
You're a swinging, yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah, we're always hitting the clubs,
Yep.
scoping the ladies.
We're two eligible bachelors.
I don't know. Eligible.
North Dakota's most eligible bachelors. I say,
So if you're looking for love,
sitting here petting my cat.
yeah, you actually look fairly evil at the moment.
My glasses need to be more circular.
Sure.
Although honestly, when I think when I see somebody with circular glasses, the first thing that I think of is actually Gandhi. So I don't think
Gandhi or John Lennon, yeah.
Evil necessarily. But anyway, talking about
Or John D.
John D. I was trying to mash up the names more and I can't do it. But
No,
anyway, you're
moving forward.
You're living alone.
Living alone.
What were you trying to say?
Well, I was going to say what I was kind of hinting at earlier. I've gotten
Weirder.
I've gotten weirder. I'm in an apartment, and I got neighbors all over the place. So I'm having to walk digiform all over the place.
Yeah.
Because you want to bother people downstairs, and then there's people and their stuff, and you have to deal with their stuff.
It's been my life since I left college.
Man, I liked having just a family in a standalone house, and
That's like the thing that I would most want about a house is being alone in it. Just
right.
continuing to be alone, but having more space to be alone in.
I almost bought another house. I almost went and said, I'm already been a house owner for almost 16 years. I should buy another house. And then I got with a realtor and got to look into the housing market here, and it is moronic. It is.
Oh yeah,
it is awful.
That's anywhere basically.
Yeah.
Now is not the time to be buying a house.
This is a seller's market.
Yes. It's not a great time.
No.
But
so I got a cheap apartment, and it's a great apartment. I like it.
Yeah. Do you have in-unit washer and dryer?
In unit, not in unit.
Okay.
There is a shared washer and dryer.
Is it?
So you kind of have
pay?
to. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they pay for the water. We don't get a water bill, and they pay for the water, so it's fine.
Yeah. I've said this to you and to everyone that I'm friends with many times, but if I move into a different apartment, it's going to have a unit washer and dryer,
right?
Because for the more than paying, I fucking hate having to wait on other people because I do not want to touch other people's fucking clothes.
No, I got the sort of the riot act or whatever. So if somebody's stuff is in the dryer more than an hour, you can take it out. I'm like, okay, thank you. Not doing that. There's no way I'm touching their shit.
I had to break down and finally pull somebody's shit out of the dryer last week because it was just like I think I had bed sheets that I needed to get dry or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was just like, this needs to be dry by the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck you. And like the amount of people in this building that will put shit in the dryer at 10 o'clock in the morning and leave it in there all fucking day because they probably left and went to
work
went
or
out
whatever,
and went. Yeah, it's like fucking people don't want to touch your clothes.
How many units are there? How many washers and dryers are there?
There's one on each floor.
Really?
There's
3 total?
There's
of
a
each?
pair. There's a pair. Yeah.
Oh,
there's
pair.
A paired washer and dryer
On every floor.
Yes.
So it's a total of 6 machines.
Yes.
Okay.
And I guess I haven't tried it recently, but the dryer on the bottom floor, I'm fairly sure is broken. Or at least it was a while ago when I tried to use it.
Really? Do you sneak down to a different floor to use the dryer sometimes?
Oh, I will try to do that. The reason that I moved somebody's clothes is because someone on the second floor did the exact same fucking thing, leaving their fucking shit in the dryer for I think I waited a solid hour just to see if anybody. I walked out into the hallway, loudly opened and slammed the dryer a couple of times just to see. I don't want to be this guy, but it was like because I don't want to be the aggressive sort of neighbor, but I sort of felt like just screaming out into the hallway, "Come get your fucking shit."
And the funny thing is that's very non-specific. So anybody who's sitting in their apartment going, "Oh no, my drugs are here."
Yeah, but it's just like God damn it, people! Like it's not so fucking hard to set a timer. It's like 45 minutes for one cycle on heavy. 2 cycles, if you had like a full load in the washing machine,
right? Which don't do that in an apartment building.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
So I won't do that because
I wash like all my clothes at once.
Yeah, no, I don't do that because I know that drying them is going to be a horror.
See, for me though, I don't know what the optimal amount of clothes is though, to have like as far as how much I'm going to have to pay for essentially, because it doesn't matter how much of that second cycle you use, it's still $1.50.
It's $1.50 to wash.
It's $1.50 to wash and $1.50 for one cycle of the dryer.
So it's $3 for a load of laundry.
For me, it's
sure, it'd be $7.50.
Yeah, for me it's $7.50. For
or whatever. Yeah,
or fucking math is stupid.
$4.50. Sorry,
$4.50 or however fucking much, but yeah, I have to do at least 2 cycles in the dryer for it to actually be dry. And I don't know what the exact amount of clothes I would need to wash to then have it be completely dry in one cycle and try and save money.
See, I've got it down. I figured it out. I know that it's 4 pants, 4 underwear, 2 hoodies. Anything beyond that, then I'm going to have to spend more to dry it.
See, for me, I don't want to do laundry that often, though. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I got to do like 3 times a week.
I fucking hate doing laundry. So I do laundry when I'm out of clean clothes to wear.
Wow.
I don't have a ton of clothes, but it's like I do laundry when I'm out of clothes because I fucking hate doing it. There's a lot of, just standard adult things that I don't like doing. So I guess that says something about me, but but the thing is, I do eventually do it.
Sure.
There are some people who never do it. So, and just, be gross and stinky.
Right.
So I've got that going for me.
I found that when I became an adult and, and got married again and got a house, I developed a taste for mindless chores.
I suppose.
I did like doing the dishes, doing the laundry, sweeping the floor.
Yeah. It depends on the manner of chore for me. I think laundry I dislike because it's one of those things where it doesn't feel like I'm actually doing something because it's all right, throw it in the dryer and then wait for 30 minutes.
Well, you can stand there and stare at it.
Yeah, I guess I could do that, but
because it's nice and loud and it sort of covers up the screaming voices in your head.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've accomplished anything when I've done laundry. Essentially, like I prefer my chores to actually involve doing something like vacuuming. Sure. It's like, all right, you're actually doing something the whole time. Mm-hmm. It's occupying you. Whereas when I'm doing laundry, I'll put it in, I'll set a timer, and then I sit and I'll be playing video games or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I can't enjoy myself because in the back of my head, I'm going like, laundry almost done.
Is it done?
Laundry almost done. Laundry almost done.
It'd be nice to know the exact time that those things are going to go. I mean, you go into an apartment complex like this and there's no timer on it. You just put your money in, then it starts.
And then I put a timer on my phone,
sure,
which is a rough estimate of how long it takes. And it's about the wash cycle that I go with is about a half hour. I think I usually set it for 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm. The permanent press or?
I don't fucking know.
All right.
I just know the one that I put it on and I do that one.
The one on the right for my socks and towels, and the one in the middle for everything else. That's what I do.
I use the same thing for everything. I don't give a shit.
He's cold for whites.
I think I use like medium temperature for everything. I don't care. I don't think I really have any clothes that are so delicate that I need to care.
Right.
I wear mostly black socks. Like most of my wardrobe is pretty much
the same color.
It's either black or gray.
Right.
So why should I really care?
Yeah.
Also, I don't care if my white socks stay white.
Right. Sure.
I don't care. They're socks. They're not meant to be looked at.
Right.
If somebody's staring at your socks, that's their problem. Mm-hmm. But
so everything else, like you have black socks, I mean, and your black pants.
I have a lot of black socks.
All your thongs are black. Your sweaters are often black, and your shirts and things.
My little bras.
Yeah, your little bras. Yeah, your teddy. Yeah, that's pretty black.
My merkin.
Your merkin. It's a black merkin, which is weird because you don't have black hair, so I don't know why you're not matching that.
Well, it's so I can say, as you can see, the carpets do not match the drapes. But anyway, I finished Dark Souls.
The first game.
That's the other reason why I've been stressed out lately is because I've been playing too much Dark Souls.
Sure,
that's probably why. But yeah, I finished the first Dark Souls since the last time we recorded. Mm-hmm. I absolutely fucking clowned on the final boss.
You clowned on it, really?
Because I had just picked up probably one of the most overpowered weapons in the game.
Yeah.
Which is the Black Knight Halberd, and I happened to have all the resources I needed to upgrade it completely. Mm-hmm. And I then, because he's a cool character and because a lot of people like to bring him with for the final battle, there's a character named Solaire who you can summon to help you with the final fight. And when you like summon people to help you for fights in Dark Souls, it gives the bosses more HP to compensate for the fact that their attention will be split between two of you. Mm-hmm. That didn't matter. I think I killed Gwyn in probably like 5 hits or something like that.
The main boss is Gwyn.
Gwyn.
Like Fred Gwyn.
I don't know who that is, but sure.
Herman Munster.
I mean, I know who Herman Munster is. I don't have context for. I've never watched the Munsters.
He was the neighbor across the street in Pet Sematary.
I don't think I've actually seen Pet Sematary.
Have you seen My Cousin Vinny?
No.
He was the judge in My Cousin Vinny.
Good for him.
You ever see a TV show called Car 54? Where Are You?
I'm afraid
From
not.
back when you were a kid, in the 50s.
Yeah, I'm afraid I haven't.
Because he was in that show.
Sure. I believe you.
I have no other anything to throw at you.
Yeah.
He's been dead for a while now.
Okay. But in any case, just absolutely destroyed him quite easily. It was honestly pretty disappointing. And I did not realize just how overpowered I was going to be.
Sure.
Heading into that fight. And I'm kind of disappointed that it was so easy, to the point that, because now I'm playing Dark Souls 3 because I decided to skip 2 because I'm not super interested in playing 2. Mm-hmm. And also Elden Ring is coming out later this month. And
you want to get to it.
Yeah. I kind of want to get the rest of the the Souls series that I can play out of the way, because I cannot play Bloodborne because I don't have a PlayStation 4, and I
need to get Bloodborne.
Yeah, you should play Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And I can't play the Demon Souls remake because I don't have a PlayStation 5. I don't know if there is a PC port for the original version of Demon Souls, but
there's not a Demon Souls for PS4.
I mean, it's the original version.
Sure.
Probably, that's been ported over from the PS3. Maybe. Actually, I don't know if it was. I don't know if Demon Souls was playable on the PS4.
A lot of games were. They did that with a lot of games.
A lot of games from the PS3 were available on PS4.
Right, they moved. I mean, anything that anybody cared about.
I think there's a number of things that didn't get ported over, though, because the PS3 was kind of notoriously bizarre in hardware terms. Like, Sony used a ton of proprietary hardware that also made it really difficult for people who were primarily developing a game on like Xbox but wanted to do a PlayStation port. The systems were so like alien to them that it became really frustrating to port games over to the PS3. And developers, like when developers first got their PS3 dev kits, they had no idea what the fuck to do with them because they're like, we don't know how any of this works. It was all like really unconventional proprietary stuff.
And it makes me wonder if the PS5 won't be the last PlayStation.
I don't know,
because I feel like what's about to happen, this is just a thing in my head, that Sony is going to drop its video games entirely within the next 7 years.
What gives you that idea?
What gives me that idea is that Microsoft bought Activision.
I don't think that's as big of a deal to Sony as you might think.
I think it's about to become that, though, because what Microsoft has done is they've started that store where you can play. I mean, $10 a month and play any of 100 fucking video games.
Yeah, I have Game Pass.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
why?
Because it's an amazing deal.
It is an amazing deal, and you know what? Microsoft is 100% losing fucking money on that.
Yeah.
A lot of money on that. Money that Sony and Nintendo can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to keep that up. They're going to keep losing money on their video games for the next 7-8 years until Sony's going, fuck it. We just make headphones now.
Right. Maybe.
I just feel like that's what's going to happen. Nintendo will stick around. I just feel like they're going to have to change their business model too. But I feel like Xbox is going to, Microsoft is first going to run them the fuck out of their competition. And then I think what they're going to do is, because now they have no competition, they're going to fuck us with it. I think they're going to run the prices of video games up and the quality down.
Honestly, though, I think any sort of perceived Microsoft dominance is only a thing in the US, though, because nobody in Japan gives two fucks about anything Microsoft does.
Sure, but they do have the money. Microsoft has 10 times more money.
That's true, but
than the competition.
I don't see that happening personally.
No.
I think Sony is confident enough in what they have that they're going to keep working with it. The problem that's facing everybody right now is building fucking machines.
Well, sure.
Because there's no fucking parts to build the machines out of.
No chips.
Because of everything.
Because of the world right now.
Because of the gestures broadly at surroundings.
All the stuff.
Because of all this. I don't know.
We'll see.
I mean, like, I think if there would be any reason for people to stop making successive versions of consoles, it's mostly because, like, I don't know how much better you need hardware to really get in some contexts. Like,
right. I think
although the problem is that like games continue to absolutely balloon in size for what I already perceive as fairly diminishing returns.
Sure.
Like there are you mentioned Activision, Infinity Ward of the modern era does not fucking care about optimizing their games, especially for hard drive space.
Sure.
Like Modern Warfare and every other, the 5 other contiguous versions of Call of Duty. Like it's Call of Duty's fucking weird now because there are like 5 different Call of Duty games that are all still like going and being played at the same time.
Right.
I don't get it.
All getting their own individual DLC.
Like Modern Warfare, Warzone, and Vanguard are all going all at the same time.
But not Black Ops.
Somebody's probably still playing Black Ops 4 because that was. Well, I guess most of that audience probably went over to Warzone because the thing that exploded Black Ops 4 was having a fucking Fortnite mode, or I can't remember the fucking name of that genre of games that I've never played.
I downloaded that game, by the way, recently.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
Well, you have a reason to play Fortnite.
Right, because my son, my 10-year-old, he lives at my ex-wife's house, and want to peel me one of them?
Yeah. You want to hang out? You play video games. He plays video games.
Exactly.
Here's a thing you can do together.
Exactly. And we do that. And we talk to each other over the thing. The thing is, the problem is that he plays with a bunch of other dudes. Like there's a couple of guys. There's a couple of other guys locally he plays with, but he's got other friends around the country who are regular.
Yes.
In his hive or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's invited me to their gang. And now I was in their gang for a while until one of his friends, a fellow 10-year-old, kept coming on. And as I'm playing this game, he's messaging, bling, bling, bling. He's like, fuck this guy. I fucking hate this motherfucker. I'm going to fucking rape his mom. I was like, dude, I can't be a part of your gang anymore. Yeah. I can't be. Your
friends, son, your fellow 10-year-olds are toxic.
They're very toxic.
You were being bullied by your son's friend.
Well, it wasn't talking to me.
Oh,
he was just.
Messaging. I thought he was talking to you.
He wasn't talking to me.
He was talking to somebody else just in the chat. Okay.
Right, in the chat. And then somebody was talking to him. And like, I can't.
Yeah, kids are like that.
Yeah. So we have to have our own little thing.
I was never really that. I never like sent message. Like I got mad.
Sure.
And I would yell while playing video games. But I was not the sort of kid that would send messages to people.
Now, would you yell through the microphone and they could hear you?
I usually didn't play with a microphone.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like having.
I've never been a fan of that either, unless I'm playing with people that I actually know.
Right. And even then.
Or at least if it's like a competitive sort of thing and we're playing, if we're playing a team game or whatever, then that's what I want to do. Like
another adult that you were friends with.
Yeah. Like when I was a teenager, I played, on certain like Minecraft servers and whatnot. And they had, first it was Mumble, which was a voice chat service. And then it, eventually transferred over to Discord when Discord became a thing.
Sure.
But like those are people that I sought out and talked to, but because it wasn't a competitive game, it was, this big, huge Minecraft server and we had towns and whatnot. And you'd be, part of the point was talking to people, right? Running into people, having conversations, and then it'd be like, hey, I'm on this Mumble channel. If you want to, talk without having to, type out a whole huge message. Right. And I had a lot of friends that I made that way that I haven't talked to in a very long time, but for, a solid like 3 years, I had friends from all over the world that I talked to almost every night.
Yeah. And Maximus, he says he was on a Discord chat with some people that he was also playing. What the hell is the name of that game? The
Apex?
No. It's a 2D top-down game where you got to find out who the killer is. It's
Among Us.
Among Us. He was playing Among Us.
Are people still playing that?
Occasionally, I think they are. And the thing is you're not supposed to chitty chat while you're playing Among Us. That's totally against the rules.
Kind of not the point.
Yeah.
But you can if you all accept the caveat of if you get killed, or like when. I didn't play very much Among Us, but among my friend group where when
Among
we did,
Us.
When we did play that game, what we would do is we would talk to each other, but only when like the meetings were called. When we were outside of a meeting, we would all mute ourselves on Discord.
Sure, that's fair.
Talk. But, when we go back in the meeting, we'd all unmute ourselves and talk instead of having to type out messages to each other.
Hilarious. Because our whole D&D group is on Discord.
Yeah.
If we just communicate sitting at the table together, only communicated via Discord
to each other. I did play in a, it was a group that eventually we did do a different, I played in, it ended up being like one scenario taking place over half of a night, but it was technically speaking a World of Darkness campaign that we played. I can't remember the name of the website, but it's been a very long running website for people to basically play RPGs with each other via text.
Cool.
I don't remember the name of, it's Mythweavers. The website's called Mythweavers. And we played.
I had a substitute teacher in high school
named Mythweaver.
Hi, Mythweaver.
Hi, Mythweaver. But we played a game of World of Darkness there. Technically, it was a game, but it was just sort of. It was one of those things where like the text formatting was a bit too much because there was formatting for different roles that you could do in macros you could put in. It was really neat, but it was not what any of us were looking for, especially considering we all had, and I think at the time currently were playing different RPGs with each other over the internet, regular style.
Sure.
We're way in the weeds here.
We're way in the weeds.
We're over our usual time.
And just so you know,
for talking about random bullshit.
For some reason, RPGs to me is going to first, even before you
be rocket propelled.
It's going to be rocket propelled grenade. Then I have to transfer to role playing game. In my head.
And see, the thing is, in the context of your life, that shouldn't be the thing that you think of first.
Well, okay, here's the funny thing.
You've played a lot of role-playing games in your life.
The reason it is RPG in my head is because of a role-playing game.
Okay.
The first game I played was my buddy Patrick Mitro. It was a game called Top Secret. And you were a spy, so it's basically
played by Val Kilmer.
Yeah, which that would be hilarious. But you at some point can obtain a rocket propelled grenade.
Okay. I see. I
wonder if you can still play Top Secret.
I'm sure you can. If was it a pen and paper game?
It was. I mean, there were modules. You had a.
Do you play it like you would play D&D?
A player sheet, yeah.
Then if someone still has access to the rules, you can play it. That's how that works.
I wonder if they're at all anywhere someone's making modules.
I'm sure somebody is. Nerds are a very special breed. There is one person out there, there's 5 people out there. And they all play Top Secret together.
They do.
And whoever's running those games is
writing new modules,
making content and posting it on the internet somewhere. Mm-hmm. I'm certain that happens.
Oddly, on Etsy.
On Etsy.
Yeah.
Sure. But so almost certainly someone is still doing that. People still find the rules for like fucking first edition Warhammer 40K and shit like people.
'Cause why not?
People still, it's much more accessible, but people still play fucking AD&D.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or not just not AD&D, just D&D.
Yeah. First edition.
And it wasn't called, obviously nobody calls it first edition whenever they make, nobody calls it Star Wars episode,
They do call it episode 1 though.
Well, they did call it George. Okay. That was pointedly a very bad comparison to make.
Yeah. But Loaded Weapon 1.
Yeah, they didn't call it that. It wasn't. They didn't call it Die Hard 1
or History of the World Part 1.
Okay,
it's been done. Is my point.
I'm thoroughly wrong. Yes.
So Jinjer.
Yes, Jinjer. Jinjer is a Ukrainian. I guess you could technically call them a metalcore band.
Yeah.
Although.
They have different styles.
So here's the thing: it's easier to call them a progressive metal band. But the thing about progressive metal is you can slap progressive in front of any other genre of
Absolutely,
metal.
yeah.
And so you could call them a progressive metalcore band.
Sure.
And I do not think that would be wrong necessarily.
And flows at all your concerts and
what?
A progressive metal band?
Oh, God damn it.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can slap progressive in front of literally any genre out there. I want to hear what progressive doom metal sounds like.
Progressive doom. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's actually done that. I'm sure it exists somewhere.
They probably posted it on Etsy.
Etsy, now letting you listen to all your favorite MP3s.
They're crocheted MP3s.
Actually, no. On Etsy, it's all waves.
Sure, waves.
It's all wave files. They don't fuck with that compression shit.
Actually, the cool thing is on Etsy, you want to get your favorite progressive doom metal album. It's on digital audio tape. Yep. You get a DAT.
You can only get it on mini disc.
Yeah, mini disc.
You order
which I used today.
You order a physical mini disc and have it mailed to you. That's what I want. I want a hipster band that doesn't put their shit on fucking
vinyl
vinyl's not that hipster.
Well, the cassette.
Yeah,
would be hipster,
cassette is the hipster. I've been to shows. I've been to punk shows where the only music they were selling was on cassette, and mentally I went, "Come on,
are you fucking with me?
Come on,
I don't have a player for this.
At least give me a CD.
I don't even have a player for cassettes anymore.
Yeah, it's like it was like, really, guys. I mean, I will grant cassettes are probably pretty cheap to put shit on. And it's still the same. It's a deeper level of hipster that's not nearly as expensive as having something put on vinyl
or 8-track.
Or God.
Yeah, and here's the thing is if you're my age, by 1992, you might as well have your master's degree in cassette repair, because you can go into those. What's wrong with it? Okay, I see a diode that needs replaced. I see this particular thing needs to be replaced. The head needs cleaning. What do I use for that? We use a Q-tip and a small. But you have to use the right amount of rubbing alcohol. If you use too much, you'll fuck it up. If you use not enough, then it's not going to do anything. Also, if you need to repair your cassette tape, you need a small eyeglass repair kit.
Yeah,
you can take them apart, and then you need a small amount of tape.
And there you go. Now you've got a fixed cassette.
There's one song on both sides of that cassette's going to be fucked up a little, but that's fine.
That's the price you have to pay.
It's the price you pay for.
you pay. Look, you pay $90 one time for all the equipment you need to fix it. So you don't need the recurring cost of having to buy new versions of all the cassettes you've broken.
Exactly. And then you need to rewind
an investment.
Because if you use the rewind or fast forward function too much on your cassette player, which by the way, the door has broken off. So you actually have to carefully sort of shove it in there, sort of smear it into place. But if you use that rewind fast, then it ruins the motor. So you really want to take it off and you want to spin it around on a pencil.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
And then you're a little too enthusiastic, and while you're spinning it around on the end of a pencil, you hit it against the pillar, the door pillar of your car.
Sure.
And
you're doing this in your car. All right.
Well, that's where your cassette player is.
Well, I have a cassette player in my bedroom.
Well, this happens to have happened in your car. This story, it's in your car.
It's in my Chevy Vega.
Jinjer. God damn it. We've been very tangent heavy lately.
We have.
Jinjer has a whole bunch of previous albums. We've talked about two of them, I think. Of course, talking about them in Female February. Tatiana Schmalyuk, I believe.
I feel like Tatiana Schmalyuk is a goddess among humans.
Oh, absolutely. She is crazy.
Fucking fantastic.
She is an absolutely amazing vocalist. And the thing that I liked about this album was that she used quite a bit more range on this album.
She did.
Than what I can remember in previous, because she's always been really good. But fucking CDC, stop calling me. I don't have time for you right now. The CDC keeps on trying to call me to complete a survey.
Yeah, me too.
The first time they called me, the first time they called me and I was able to answer, I was talking to the guy and was like, really quick, I'm going to see if there's any scams running right now. And the first result I got was like, this might be a scam. And then I hung up, and then the next link I clicked said, these are the CDC's official numbers.
And it was one of them.
And the number I got called from was one of them. So I know it's actually them that's calling, but every time they try to call.
What are they trying to ask you about?
I don't. It's a vaccination survey, I think. But
I vaccinate the neighbors by kissing them.
Oh, jeez. But no, she like she's always been a fantastic vocalist, but I feel like in previous albums she didn't necessarily use a whole lot of range. A lot of her screams tended to be sort of in the same kind of range, sort of occasionally going down to the lower growls, not usually going up into higher register. Right. And her clean vocals were also very one note's not correct, but very steady.
Very steady, very controlled, very on point.
Extremely controlled, but not going, not very dynamic.
But she does this. She does that on this.
She does that on this. She actually she belts a bit on this, which is something that I always wanted to hear her do in her clean register, was hearing her push herself a little bit more.
If I had been unaware of this band at all, and you played me this album, and I listened to it, I would go, man, the three vocalists in here,
the three
vocalists are all very good at what they do. I mean,
absolutely.
No, it's one person.
One person. Well, and that's like Jinjer briefly became a meme. And that's how I came across Jinjer in the first place, is the sort of vocal reaction videos of the song Pisces from, I can't remember which album exactly that was, but they did a live recording of Pisces. And it was like a bait and switch sort of thing where it's like vocal coaches react. Yeah. Where now everybody's again on a Devin Townsend kick on that part of YouTube.
Sure.
Once again, everybody's reacting to Devin Townsend videos, and it's always the same video too. It's always the same video of Devin Townsend. But anyway, it was Jinjer for a while of people going like, okay, oh yeah, she's got a very nice, that's very controlled, and then like the nastiest guttural vocals and everyone losing their fucking minds, as they should. Sure. Because Tatiana's amazing, but she's a wonderful vocalist.
She is, and you can't discount the rest of the band. Because
absolutely.
Everybody else in the band are fucking.
It's like a bizarre mashup of. It's the weird love child of Gojira, Dillinger Escape Plan, and Opeth in a lot of ways.
I would throw a fourth band in there, and this might piss people off. Go ahead. Me to say this. Pantera. There's a little bit of Pantera.
They've got a bit, like, there's a lot of alt metal influence in this, I think. A lot of alt and like
alt and groove,
new metal influence as well. The whole 90s new wave of American heavy metal.
Right.
There's a lot of that influence in there as well. And the rest of the band is absolutely
they're great,
fantastic. On guitars, there's Roman Ibram Kalilov.
These are Ukrainian names. People will forgive you.
Ibram Kalilov. Eugene Abdukanov and Vladislav Ulasevich.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got that pretty close to correct.
All right.
On my first few passes. After a couple of tries, I can usually nail it with Eastern European names, with the exception of some of the more consonant laden Polish last names.
Right.
Those give me quite a bit of trouble. Ukrainian I can handle. There was a couple of Ukrainian exchange students when I was a senior in high school.
In Washburn?
In Washburn, yes.
Really?
One of whom, I guess I won't say his full name aloud on this, but I'll tell you after. But his name is wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful name, and a great dude. Fantastic guy. Every once in a while I think of him and was just like, oh, I miss him.
He was a great dude.
He was really nice.
You know, it's funny. It's funny. My school, my alma mater, as it were, got a Danish exchange student, and in my memory, I'm like, I remember that really hot Danish exchange student we had, and then also I remember. Oh, yeah, I was already out of high school by then.
Oh, God.
I was just hanging out. I was only out for a couple of years.
You were dazed and confusing it?
I was dazed and confusing it. I was, 19. She was 17.
I was 19. She was 17.
Still, that's breaking the law. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Oh, God. Jesus. Does this album slap?
It slaps the shit out of you.
Fucking slaps.
Yeah.
So hard. It'll knock your glasses off.
Yeah.
Slaps so hard. You'll feel like you got struck by
a smooth
criminal.
So you're saying this is comparable to Michael Jackson?
This is Michael Jackson level,
or Alien Ant Farm. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's favorite version of Smooth Criminal, the Alien Ant Farm cover. Did you hear the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones are breaking up?
Are they really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the thing I heard.
That's just the end, the story. I thought that maybe there was a joke in here.
No, I'm pretty sure that's just a thing that's happening.
Did I tell you I accidentally saw them?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. We were in Vegas on the old strip and on Frontier Street there, and we're walking around and we're like high on edibles and slightly drunk, and it was a great night, and there were street performers, and somewhere down like a back street off of Frontier Street, it's like, oh fuck, there's this ska band and they're doing a Mighty Mighty Boss Tone song. This is awesome.
Shit,
and
that's just them.
Oh, that is the fucking Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
You did actually tell me that was actually quite recently.
Yeah, I think I did tell you that. Yeah.
Then I related my anecdote about basically hearing a real big fish.
Sure.
Not accidentally, but just they were around because they played Warped Tour one year for some reason. And they were there while we were all sitting down next to some trash cans trying to get some shade because that's
it was 110.
Yeah.
And you were dehydrated.
And Real Big Fish was playing in the background. But yes, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones are breaking up.
Man,
that is a real thing.
I feel like if at some point they ever had to knock on wood, might have saved their career.
Okay. Do you got any more? Because these aren't for me. These aren't for me.
No, I know that you have no idea. Yeah. I only know the one Mighty Mighty Boss Tones song really anyway. So.
Okay. So I was looking up the score for Wallflowers by Jinjer, which is the album that we are ostensibly here to talk about. Ostensibly. Is it ostensibly? Ostensibly. Yep, the one you said. So I was looking up scores. 81.2 was the average. There were no outliers, generally speaking. This was, for the most part, an 80 to 90 album for the vast majority of people. I didn't see any 100s, but I also didn't see any 50s from anybody.
Right.
Everyone was like, yeah, this is good. Nobody was absolutely fucking insane bonkers for it.
But nobody
hated it either.
Right. What was your favorite song? What would you say?
My favorite song was, technically it's the title track, although it's Wallflower instead of Wallflowers. Sure. But I really like that one. I like the softer open with the clean vocals.
Oh, beautiful.
And then it just gets heavier from there. It felt relatable in the sense that it was very much about introversion is what it's what the song is about. And I think it's, also sort of about COVID lockdown sort of stuff, but
something like that. Yeah.
Very much it was about, a song about not wanting to be around people, which I relate to. Yeah. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllables.
We got you though.
But I relate to that idea.
I like the Final Cut Mediator, which that's the one that starts off as such a fucking banger.
Oh yeah.
Stop. go.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
I can't remember the exact song also, but for whatever reason, I get really, really hype when there's the one song that starts with, this, kind of start-stop riff. Mm-hmm. And then after like the third repeat of that, Tatiana goes, woo! I love that. Woo! I don't know what song that is. It gets me. I love it.
But I think my favorite song on here is the one that sounds the most kind of groove metal-y. I mean, there's this riff. Okay. It's very simple, but it's just the note progression and just the way I was listening to it in headphones. And actually, I felt it in my fucking belly. And that's Pearls and Swine.
Pearls and Swine is a good song.
Yeah,
absolutely. I also I like Disclosure.
Disclosure, yes.
Disclosure is fun.
That's the one that actually that hit me as this sounds like maybe Pantera.
Yeah, it's a very sort of alt metal-y kind of song. Mm-hmm. Kind of radio-ish almost, sort of, alt metal or new metal sort of vibe to it. But it's also really fun. It's just a very fun song.
Fun to listen to. Enjoy it. Oh no, sorry, it's not called Disclosure. It's called Disclosure.
That's right. It has an exclamation point right at the end. But yeah, this I think that going to a Jinjer live show would be extremely fun.
And I really hope they go on tour like soon
and leave
the Ukraine. Ukraine, not the Ukraine.
Leave Ukraine.
Leave Ukraine. Go somewhere else, Jinjer, where you're safe.
Perhaps. They do have 2022 tour dates.
Sure.
So, cross your fingers. Yeah, I guess we'll see how any of that goes, but hopefully nothing happens. And,
hopefully it's a Mexican standoff and everything's fine.
Yeah, we will. I mean, we'll find out one way or the other.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, by virtue of being on the surface of the planet.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll know.
I mean, hey, chances, like everything else in life, the chances of it are 50-50. Either it happens or it doesn't.
Right. Yeah, every possible event is 50-50.
Either it happens or it doesn't. Right. That's just statistics, baby.
Yeah, it's exactly not logical at all.
No, it makes perfect sense.
So you mean either is a Bigfoot or there isn't. Yeah, so it's 50-50.
It's 50-50. Haven't you heard of the Schrodinger's cat? It's like that, except about everything. Either it is or it isn't,
Either there is a woolly mammoth in my colon,
or there isn't.
It's 50-50.
Do you believe there's a woolly mammoth in my colon? Well, then it's real to you. What metal are you bespoking?
I actually give this.
What metal are you bestowing upon this album?
I do give this a gold. I will hand this a gold.
I'm giving it a gold too. I think it's kind of a low gold for me because I've found that despite how much I like Jinjer, I do not often go back to them.
Right.
It's the sort of thing that I enjoy very thoroughly when I listen to it, but it never pops into my head as something that I need to go back to and listen to regularly.
A lot of women had told me this.
That you're enjoyable to be around, but I don't feel like I need to seek you out.
Exactly. Once you go Jinjer,
that's where you're going.
Yeah, you don't need to necessarily give him a call again.
That's where you
see, because I have fair skin and red hair.
That's true. Yes, he's a soulless creature of the night.
Creature of the night.
Creatures of the night. What beautiful music they make.
God, I had that on DVD.
The music is metal, I guess. It's fucking sick.
It's wolves.
What?
Well, in the movie, it was wolves.
Oh, okay.
The Creatures of the Night.
I haven't actually seen the movie the quote is from.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I say, I have it on DVD. I got it back in 95.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was a discussion
we had earlier
today. as the
I had
whatever.
DVDs back in 1996. You're like, no, you didn't.
They were fucking invented in 1995, and the technology to utilize them didn't really become public till 96.
So yeah. I don't know, my life has been kind of a blur. So.
It happens. Hey.
Next week.
As in the words of Kenny Chesney, don't blink.
Oh, yeah, he's not
Just
wrong.
like that. Rest of the lyrics of the song.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
So next week, what do you want to bring?
For the next installment of Female February, celebrating the awesomeness of feminine power and heavy metal.
Yes.
I would like to go north of the border and
to Canada.
To Canada. And discuss some power metal.
Okay.
Something I discovered a couple of years ago, and when I heard it, I'm like, how the fuck have I not heard this before? This is fan-fucking-tastic.
Okay.
They're called Unleash the Archers.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
Unleash the Archers.
The album I'd like to talk about is Apex.
Apex by Unleash the Archers.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested.
It is Canadian power metal.
Canadian power metal.
And it is great.
Awesome. All right, that's next week. Till you hear from us then, why don't you check out our pages on Twitter and Facebook? And we will post episode links there when we release the episodes. And hopefully the episodes come out on the day that they're supposed to with audio that you can listen to, because I know what I'm doing.
He knows what he thinks he's doing.
I think I know what I'm doing. But do I? I think it, but do I? Anyway, thanks for listening to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kay.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.